Hello everyone, my name is Joseph. Welcome again to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And thank you again for being part of this channel. I have been a bit absent for the past 5 days or so. I've been covering Star Wars Battlefront 2, getting ready to do a review of that. So thank you again for still staying around. I am doing videos. I have a few prepared so that, you know, I can just post them if I do need to take time to do another review or something. So, however, we've got a news update today. That kind of escaped my eye for the past 7 hours because I didn't even notice it, but we were actually covering Territory Wars. Yes, that's right. So I haven't actually read through this yet, so we're going to go through this together. But for those who don't know, Territory War is the guild versus guild mode that was announced, I believe, last month. It was kind of talked about in a little bit of detail. It looks like we're getting a proper overview, and we're going to look through it together. So let's have a look at this first little picture they've got. So it looks like we've got a phase. Obviously, we got told that it would be on Jakku, and it looks like we've got, you know, details, reward stats, as you guess, and then out of 50 participants, just kind of what you expect for like a UI. So let's jump into the details. Scheduling. Territory Wars will occur per month at times that territory battles are not occurring. Okay, so if you think about territory battles, they start every other Monday or Thursday, and they're going for 6 days, and then there's always like a 5 or 6 day break until the next one as well. So this is interesting. If it is a 6-day thing, like territory battles, then it looks like we'll always have some sort of territory thing going on. So that's interesting to see already. So let's go into the next picture. This is something called a preview phase, and we've got 3 different icons up there. I guess that's showing off how many points each guild has, you know, in comparison to the other. It's also got your guild icon versus a question icon. I don't know if that's because you get a random or just because they haven't put in an image for the other guild. So we'll have a little read through. In this event, players work together to defend their guild's territories and attack the opponent's territory. This is done through assigning defensive squads and fleets to protect your territories, and using fleets and squads to attack your opponent's territories. Okay, Territory Wars will have a sign-up period and 2 primary phases, with each phase being 24 hours long to accommodate members across time zones and availability. So we've got 2 phases here, and you have to actually sign up. So this isn't like a raid where everyone kind of gets a reward for kind of just registering. You have to properly sign up in your guild to take part in this, so that's pretty interesting. But we have the preview phase. This is a period where each player joins the event. This is to ensure that matchmaking accounts only for players that plan to participate. Yeah, that's pretty fair. In this phase, the map details can be viewed, but no action can be taken until the player lock, which is the end of the preview phase. Player lock is where, to provide a fair matchmaking experience, any progression on units that occurs after the preview phase will not be reflected on the event. So if the unit was 4-star at the moment of the player lock, it will remain 4-star within this event even though it's 5-star in other areas of the game. This is to prevent a variety of exploits such as removing all mods before matchmaking, getting a weaker match and then replacing them all. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I wouldn't even have thought about that, so the fact that they have accommodated for that is a good sign. It means you're not going to get cocked out of like losing to a really powerful team that appeared to be weak. Matchmaking. A very short matchmaking period, 1 minute, will pair 2 guilds using a combination of factors including the number of players and the strength of their rosters. A minimum of 25 members are required to initiate a territory battle. Players can leave Territory War up to the point of player lock. Okay, that's pretty interesting then. So you have to make sure you have an active guild for this. 25 players and matching up with equal strength is good. Obviously you don't want to get matched against Team Instinct if you're like a new guild. Obviously it's just unfair. So let's have a look at this picture. So yeah, it looks like you can set up a defense territory on the left here. And then if you tap over there, you probably choose a territory to attack with your squads. This is the setup phase. This is a period where players assign their defensive squads and fleets to protect their territory. Unlike battles, units do not refresh in Territory Wars, so it's important to save units for the attack phase. So yeah, don't put your resistance squads in defense, save them for the attack phase, because if you don't know a thing about resistance, then they really can't do much on defense. So save all your good defense squads in here, any good attack squads over there. There's gonna be like a good 2-3 weeks of people working out which is the most effective. Obviously, if you've got Baze and Chiru, you're gonna put them on defense. If you've got like a really offensive Kylo Ren, you're not gonna put him on defense. It's just stuff like that, and people are gonna be working out that for a while. And we got a nice PvP mission as well, it seems. This is what it looks like to set your squad. I guess this is an interesting squad. Also, unlike territory battles, all contribution limits, such as the number of defensive squads that can be assigned, are guild limits and not player limits. Okay, this will allow the flexibility for guildmates who cannot participate in the whole event to take on a defensive role and place all their troops down or attacking role and focus on offense. Okay, to ensure everyone understands that units do not refresh between phases, a message will appear with more than a third of the eligible troops have been placed. The message reminds the player to save some troops to the attack phase and can be ignored. Okay, that's good. Units must be of a specific power to participate. Okay. The number of defensive squads and fleets that can be assigned to territories based on the number of lowest number between the two guilds. So it looks like there's like going to be a limit of like how many defensive squads there are, and allow people to just kind of participate in more of an offensive role. Let's get down into the attack phase real quick. In this phase, players attack their opponent's defensive squads and front territories. Defensive squads have persistent health exactly like Galactic War, so players need to work together to defeat the opponents, unlike Galactic War, to prevent any one meta squad from dominating the map. Attacking squads that successfully defeat an opponent are not available for future attacks. Okay, I think that'll work. It's like when you use characters in territory battles, you can't use them again in another fight, that sort of thing. Once all the opponent's defensive squads have been beaten in the available territory, the guild conquers the territory, pushing to the next set of territories. This will allow the guild to complete the territory war attack phase as quickly as they choose. And then you get a review phase. Oh, this is very tactical, isn't it? A period to review the final status of the event. So, earning banners. Okay. So it looks like these like score things up here are banners. I guess that's how many territories you've been able to conquer and stuff like that. Players earn banners for a variety of actions, including setting a squad, defeating a defensive squad, and conquering a territory. The winner of the match is based on a guild with the most banners at the conclusion. Makes sense. And then rewards. Players earn rewards based on combination of the cumulative galactic power of the participants and of the win-loss status. This is reward to both winning and the difficulty of the match. All rewards will be equally distributed to all members of the guild who participated in territory war. That's good. I always like fair rewards like that. And the galactic power taking part is pretty interesting as well. Obviously we'll have to see how it plays when we're all taking part, and see if like lower end guilds don't get pushed aside too much. Stats. Player contribution of banners is tracked in stats. Okay, so yeah, just shows you like who's been doing stuff. pretty even. Leaderboards. Guilds that win a territory battle will be placed in the leaderboard based on the galactic power of the opponent they defeated. Additional wins are cumulative. And then it looks like they're taking a reporting. You can take... We take cheating very seriously and will suspend or ban players that are caught cheating. To help us identify cheaters, a guild leader officer can report their opponent guild if they suspect them to be violating the terms of service. Misuse of this feature, such as reporting a guild with no evidence, will also result in disciplinary traction. Traction? Yes, action. But that's good. It means you can't just like... Every opponent can't just mass report you just because you're losing, because they will still get punished for that. As long as, of course, you're not actually cheating, which will just, well... Yeah, just don't cheat in this mode. It looks like you're going to get caught either way. Future iterations. While the initial version of Territory Wars has initially a minimal complexity to help with learning, I expect to see a wide variety of Territory War events in the future. For example, faction bonuses on the map, individual territories, specifically the attacker or defender, unit requirements and platoon missions and associated abilities. We look forward to seeing how the... bye. But yeah, this looks interesting. I like that they're actually going for a more simple take on it initially, and then adding into things, because I think a lot of people got kind of confused when Territory Battles first came out. There was like a lot going on, trying to understand the platoons and where things need to be deployed. This looks like a simple version of territory battles while allowing a more complex side of strategy. It's all about we'll figure out who's better on defense, looking at characters and their AI, you know, because Kylo Ren is, as in like the old Kylo Ren, you know, he's got some crazy like offense moves like outrage and lash out, but when you put him on defense, he's not going to use the right abilities. He hardly uses outrage, and he just uses lash out, which can of course trigger a lot of counterattacks on the attacking team, and then just get himself killed, and he won't regain protection effectively, and stuff like that. Which is good, because it's always interesting working as a guild to like think of the best moves, best characters, and putting that to use in like against another guild especially. And of course the rewards look interesting. I don't know if it said like the rewards would just be for the winner. I think there still might be, you know, like a fair amount of like just participatory rewards. Players earn rewards based on neglect power and the win-loss status. So yeah, it looks like there will be rewards, but obviously if you win you're gonna get a lot more rewards. But you know, if you lose to like a much more powerful team, you also get contributed in that way. But yeah, this looks interesting, and there is actually a beta you can sign up for, which I am going to cover really quickly in another video, because it has a few steps and I don't want to drag out this news digest too much. But yeah, I will post that as soon as possible after this video, because you know, the first 10,000 people are able to get in, and it's kind of confusing for people who don't know what's going on. So that's coming out in about, I'm going to say 1 hour from when this video comes out, if I'm lucky. So keep an eye out for that. I hope you've enjoyed this video and had a look at Territory War from my point of view. What do you think of Territory War? Put me down in the comments. Let's have a little discussion about it. Are you going to work out what's best in defense? Are you more of an offensive guy? Do you want to take on my guild? You can try, and you probably will win, to be fair, but let's have fun. I'll see you down in the comments, and I'll see you in a few minutes or hours or however long it takes for me to put out the guide. So, see you later. My name's Joseph, and I'll see you next time.